In this video, I'm going to run through a 6-month review of our Tommy camper. I'm going to talk about the pros and some of the cons. If you are new to the channel, my partner Rach and I have been traveling around Australia in our Tommy camper and our Ford Ranger. I've done a full walkthrough video before, so I'll link that somewhere in this video. Quick note, this is not sponsored by Tommy Campers. Let's start with the pros. Pro number 1, which has got to be one of the best pros, is the setup time. You pull up to camp, undo 3 latches, you pop the roof, and then you can jump into bed. So incredible setup time. Something else about the setup time with the Tommy is the kitchen. So it's literally you just open this gull wing, the kitchen's there, which is really useful when you're traveling full time because you don't know where you're gonna have lunch. You see caravans pull over and they need a lot of space. We can just pull over in a car park like we are now. We're actually in Mission Beach at the minute, just in a car park. Just on that note as well, is how simple this is. It really is just a canopy and a rooftop tent combined. It's not, anything too complicated, and it really is a very simple and easy to use setup. You do these 2 latches, pull the ladder down, and then 3 latches around the top, pop the top, and then that's it. So there's not much to break on it as well, which is another really important thing, especially if you're traveling full time and you go into remote areas. Like we've been to, all around Australia, but the northwest of WA is pretty remote. You don't want something breaking on the gib or anything like that, and then trying to fix it. Everything just works, and it's pretty solid. So that's a huge win. Another pro for the Tommy is the footprint. What I mean by that is, the Tommy doesn't need any space because you just pop the roof straight up. In other setups, if the camper folds out or you have a caravan, obviously that's a massive footprint, but the Tommy is just literally roof straight up. What that enables you is you can just literally camp in a car park. We've camped in a designated free camp, which was basically a car park, and there's literally a camper in each space. We could just pull in, pop the top. Sure, cooking was a bit of a challenge because the kitchen's here. At least you can sleep there for the night. So small footprint's really important, and yeah, that's definitely a pro for the Tommy. So another pro for the Tommy is I think it looks really good, especially with our white ute and the darker color Tommy. I think it looks awesome, and it is a bit of a talking point, should we say? So I'll get into that in the cons, but yeah, it's definitely, a conversation starter. The Tommy camper is also very comfortable. So, well, at least the bed is. The bench seat, and that's another pro, you've got somewhere to sit inside. It's not the most comfortable bench seat in the world, and I think that could definitely be improved. Also, some sort of desk inside would be amazing, but I find when I'm editing or doing work, sitting in the ute, because the Ranger's super comfortable in the front seat, I can open my laptop up and kind of get some work done there. It's not the most comfortable sofa in the world if you're sitting inside, but there is a place to sit. And around Australia, you have bugs, flies, bees, everything like that. We've had dinner in there quite a few times. So yeah, it's pretty cool to have somewhere inside to sit. Also with the places to sit inside, there's also a toilet inside, which is obviously amazing for nighttime, and it fits just under the seat. So go watch the tour video if you're curious about what the inside looks. I'm also thinking about making another video dedicated to the interior and also a Tommy travel tips video. So make sure you subscribe for those future videos. If you do have any questions or anything in particular you want me to make a video on, leave a comment below. Okay, moving on to the bad or the negative or stuff which can be improved on the Tommy camper, because there is no perfect setup, right? This is pretty much perfect for what we use it for, and I'd recommend this if you had a similar scenario to us. I wouldn't say it's great if there are more than 2 of you traveling. I guess you could chuck a swag on the floor. This isn't the perfect setup for everyone. For us, it's been amazing. And to think of cons was actually quite hard, even after 6 months of living in this full time. Of course, living in a small space like this, it's gonna come with challenges, but I think we've done pretty well in it. You do have the whole of Australia as your backyard, and we go to some pretty incredible places, but you are outside for 95% of the day. I mean, nighttime obviously you're sleeping, but during the day you are outside for cooking, working, everything's done outside. Unless you sit in the ute or inside the Tommy camper, but I don't really enjoy sitting inside here if I'm gonna be completely transparent. I prefer sitting in the ute to get work done. You are outside a lot, so take that into consideration. If you do need interior space, then this probably isn't for you. because everything's outside. However, because we are outside more, it has shown us areas of Australia which we wouldn't necessarily spend more time outdoors in. And like last night, we saw the most incredible night skies. So being outside in Australia definitely has its pros and cons, but we absolutely love it. And that is one of the main reasons we got the Tommies, because we wanted that outdoor kitchen and outdoor living, and just how simple it was. So yeah, that is one of the cons. It's a very small interior space. I would love it if you could access the kitchen stuff inside. So Tommy, take note, if you could make some sort of, yeah, small kitchen or like something which folds down from, so you can cook inside, that would be amazing, because especially in Western Australia, the flies were just out of control, and I'm the cook, so it can get a little bit tricky when you want to go outside when there's flies swarming around your face, or if it's really cold or wet. This isn't great in the tropics, so we're in, yeah, as I said, we're Mission Beach at the minute, just south of Cairns. Cairns and above, wow, it is humid. And the condensation in here was just out of control. Like, we had to set up early to try and dry it out, but that's what you'll get with any canvas, right? So something to bear in mind. Another con to the Tommy camper is the weight. And this is one of the lightest slide-ons on the market. It's 350 kilos dry. Wet, this is probably about 600 kilos. By the time you add water and yeah, all your stuff and everything like that. So it's not so much a Tommy camper, that's more of a slide-on, I would say. These aren't the best for four-wheel driving. They're a four-wheel drive camper, but I think you need to treat this like you would like a four-wheel drive van. It's slightly wider than a normal canopy, so I'll show you on the other side. Got a couple of pinstripes and going down a narrow track. It's pretty heavy, so it makes the ute, like you feel it when you're on proper I'm talking about proper four-wheel driving tracks, which we've accidentally stumbled upon because we are not four-wheel driving experts or enthusiasts. We just wanted a camper which could go anywhere, and this is exactly what that is. But don't buy this expecting to do like, yeah, really extreme four-wheel driving. This is made, in my opinion, more for like getting you to any campsite pretty much in Australia, and it does it really well. But there's been some times where we've been going over some bumps, and this is 600 kilos, and yes, we have the extra cab, we have a GVM upgrade, but that doesn't strengthen the chassis, so I'm always a little bit concerned with the weight on the chassis. Yeah, just something to consider. If you're a true four-wheel drive enthusiast, you're probably not looking at the Tommy camper though. You're probably looking at like a rooftop tent or a swag, something which is much, much lighter, or a troopy, anything like that. But a troopy was what else we were gonna get, and the space inside the Tommy versus the troopy, this is much more luxurious in my opinion, and this is all ready to go. So you just chuck it on the back of your ute and jobs are good. Just on that note, I do love the S6 size inside. The S4 is a lot smaller, and if you can, get an extra cab ute because the space in the back of the ute is a lot better. Yeah, I did mention the kitchen on the other side. Let's go around. So having an outdoor kitchen is great, but it can be annoying in some scenarios, like I said. Also, these are the pinstripes you can see along here. And the Tommy, it doesn't have the best coating on it. If I was buying a Tommy new, I would probably get this like wrapped in something to make it more durable to like scratches and stuff like that. And it's sort of fading a little bit here. I asked Rach as well, like what's some cons to the Tommy? And honestly, it's really hard to find cons. I think if you're looking for this setup, it depends on how you're going to be using it. This is not the best four-wheel driving setup in the world for like really extreme four-wheel driving tracks where you want to break your four-wheel drive. The weight on this will probably help you break it. It is incredible for getting you anywhere to any campsite in Australia. I love that about it. The only downside, I mentioned it earlier, is you'll probably get stopped quite a lot. And honestly, like starting to film this video, someone came over and, well, actually they're asking what I was filming about. Every other campsite, someone will walk over and try to start a conversation about it, and they're very interested. So again, we're not sponsored by Tommy Campers, but we probably could have sold quite a few of these. Yeah, just gonna wrap things up here. We absolutely love our Tommy Camper and Ford Ranger. Not sure if you can tell. I think just a couple of things to note. I had other points written down in my notes. Ford Ranger is a great companion to the Tommy Camper because these two together are an incredible combination. The Ranger has all the tech you need to have a very, very comfortable drive. It honestly feels like you're driving a car. Then you can switch into truck mode and you can get to any campsite, as I said earlier. And then, yeah, the Tommy Camper is just such a simple and quick setup. We've loved it. The only other thing I would have considered was a troopy, but this gives us, one, a lot more comfort than a troopy. The actual size inside in a troopy is very narrow, which is better for four-wheel driving, but not good for like comfort. So everything has its pros and cons cons, right? What I love about a ute and slide-on setup is, yes, you can take this off. We've never done it since we fitted it. Yeah, if you did want a scenario where you want to take it off, so you can do your four-wheel driving, or if you're staying somewhere for a couple of weeks and you want to detach it. For us, it's quicker just to pull the roof up and down than actually take it off. So yeah, we just left it on. But we love how quiet it is in the ute. In like a troopy or a van, obviously you're where you're sleeping, which is great if you want to get a quick getaway or if it's raining. For us, when you're in the ute, it's very quiet. And then when you're in the camper, it's very quiet as well. The ute also makes for a great office, which took me a while to figure out, but Rach is in there at the minute working. So yeah, it's brilliant. That wraps up this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. There'll be some more Tommy Camper videos coming out before we sell our setup. And yeah, if you have any questions or any videos you'd like me to make, feel free to leave a comment below, and I'll see you in the next video tomorrow.